Hey guys, hope you're doing alright. Please forgive my laziness. I've been meaning to get this video out for a while already. Just been busy with work as well, and in light of Garantham's video, I thought I should just go ahead and make it already. But yeah, I'll go over the rifle and how I have it set up, and then we'll go from there. The Scout has a 19-inch barrel, which I believe is across all calibers that Steyr offers. This one specifically is in 6.5 Creedmoor, since I already have a 308. But going on the end here is an OSS suppressor or Huxworks. Back here, or here, is a bipod that's built into the stock, which is really rad, and built-in iron sights, which I'm a really big fan of. Going back here, the scope is a Vortex Diamondback Tactical, sitting on LaRue tactical rings. The scope, for being of a more budget option, has performed extremely well. I'm very happy with it. And then the magazines, just 5 rounders. You also have one here in the stock, which is really nice in case the front one goes empty. And then going to the safety here, it's more or less like a wheel, I guess. I mean, you have 3 modes: fire, safe, and super safe. If you have it on the super safe with the bolt closed, you can push the bolt into the rifle to make it a little bit slimmer overall, which is nice. But if you have the bolts up and then you put it on the super safe, that'll allow you to take the bolt out. And unlike most bolt actions on the market right now, the bolt does not follow the guides in the receiver. It follows the guide that's pretty much right in front of the trigger, and it's free turning, which is interesting. And it's not wrong, but it's interesting. There are 2 cons to this rifle that I see. It's the thread pitch on the end of the barrel. It's 1/2 by 20, so nothing common here in the States. So you will need an adapter to be able to put on whatever muzzle device you desire. A good friend of mine, we'll call him Jay, had rigged this one up for me, so I'm able to put this suppressor on, and it has been awesome. And these rings do not fit on here from the factory. My buddy Jay had to mill out these now whatever they're called, these here, to allow it to fit on the rail. So that is one thing to note if you're gonna do some or if you're gonna get these rings from LaRue. But that was one of my requirements for this rifle. Since it has built-in iron sights, I wanted quick detach rings, and they've been holding up really well so far. And going on to Garantham, there is a couple of things I do agree with him. For one, I wouldn't use this rifle for any serious use case or the purpose of the Second Amendment, which you still can, don't get me wrong. But it's just the polymer bipod. It's nice for in a truck or on the farm if you need a little something to get you a little bit more stable if you don't have a bag with you. And I don't know how much abuse they can take, so I would just be wary of that. And then the magazines. You can only use 5-round magazines on this rifle. I have seen a 10-round adapter for this rifle, but that in itself is already expensive. And then the 10-round magazines are about $150 a piece, so you're just kind of stuck with these 5-rounders, which kind of sucks. But if I were to compare this to another rifle, like for example the Sig Cross, overall I think that would be a better choice for the average person. Just not because it performs better, but the features that it offers. You get a folding stock with the Sig Cross, and you get to use AICS pattern magazines, which are cheaper, much cheaper, which is, that in itself already makes that rifle a lot better overall. Yeah, and that's practically it, how I have this rifle set up. I mean, if you see this bubble level, it's just a cheap one off of Amazon. I think it's Monstrum or something along those lines, which it has performed better than the Vortex Pro bubble levels, which are like nearly 10 times more expensive than these. So if you want a nice cheap bubble level, you can go with this option if you desire. But yeah, that's about it. Let's take her out to distance and see what she can do. All right, 500. There we go. I don't know why I was struggling so much, but move on to the 800. I was aiming, or it was hitting low, so I was not compensating. But let's get on to the 800. Impact. Hopefully that wasn't too boring. Obviously this rifle is going to be able to go out to distance relatively easily. I do want to talk about the ammunition that I have been using. For the most part, I have been using 95 grain hand-loaded with the Hornady VMAX bullets. But I also have been using Steyr Match King and burger loads from Federal, which have performed exceptionally well. I've also used the Terminal Ascent, the 130 grains from Federal, which also have performed really well. But I was on vacation with my family, and we stopped by a Bass Pro Shop, and I saw this Hornady ELD Match 140 grain, and I looked at the BC comparing to the Steyr Match King and the burgers. The Steyr Match King BC going off of the G1 is a 535. The burger is a 584, but these Hornady bullets are a 646, way higher than the Steyr Match King. If you're shooting past 300 yards, these numbers are going to matter a whole lot. So if you're going to if you want to take this rifle out to distance, I would highly recommend these rounds. Or if you're hand loading, find these bullets. These bullets are extremely well made. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all have a good Christmas, and I will catch you later. Oh, before you go, I do have an announcement that makes me very excited. I am starting my Mosin modernization project. I'm going to have 3 variants. The V1 is with the wood. There are still upgrades that I do want to do to the stock. The V2 is the Archangel stock, and the V3 is the KPYK chassis. It's the only one on the market, probably for good reason, but I just ask that y'all be patient, as money doesn't grow on trees, it's just going to take a little bit of time, so please just bear with me and please be patient, and I will try to get these out accordingly. And well, that's it, and I will see you later.